What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is Steven here, and in today's video, we are going to be going over the must-start defenses for your fantasy football teams going into Week 11. We are getting close to the fantasy football playoffs, guys, so make sure to go out and check those videos about league-winning players, guys, and also think about those league-winning defenses with those schedules that are coming about as well, guys. And if you are not already part of the Catch Fam, make sure to join the Catch Fam, join the best community in all of fantasy football, and hit that like button. It is truly appreciated, guys, whenever you do that. We love to see that you like these videos, guys. But most importantly, make sure to get in those comments. Let us know about your current teams, your current rosters, about your current waiver situation, about where you are in the fantasy playoff hunt, guys. What's your favorite food? We just want to interact with you guys and build some rapport with the Catch Fam, guys. But with all that said, let's get into it. Let's get into the must-start defenses for Week 11. Up at number 1, guys, want to highlight a defense that lost a lot of roster percentage over the bye week. That was the New England Patriots. Still the number 1 defense in all of fantasy football, guys. They are absolutely dominant, coming off of a 26 fantasy point performance against the Indianapolis Colts right before the bye week, where they had 9 sacks. 9 sacks. We are talking about a truly amazing defense here with the Patriots, guys. Coming off the bye week, well, they get a tasty treat going up against the New York Jets with Zach Wilson, guys. And this time, they are in Foxborough, right? So last time they played the Jets, they had 9 fantasy points, 2 sacks, and an interception, and they took it all the way back to the house. Now it's in Foxborough, a very hard place to play. I think Zach Wilson is going to struggle big time. You know, I faded Zach a lot this season, but against the Patriots, it has come true all the way throughout his career, and the Pats have done very good against the Jets historically as well. I expect this to be a very, very good game for the Patriots defense, guys. And also, I understand that when you look at the schedule, you've got the Minnesota Vikings, the Buffalo Bills as the next 2 games. It's going to be a really, really tough situation to figure out whether to hold or to drop, man. But I tell you what, this Patriots defense is so good. And then in the playoff hunt, they've got the Las Vegas Raiders, the Cincinnati Bengals, and the Miami Dolphins. So this is a defense here. You've got one of the best defenses in fantasy football right now, but their schedule is going to start getting hard, right? So you need to take the opportunity to take your shot against the New York Jets here, because you may be forced in some situations to move on from them pretty shortly. But right here, this is a smash spot, number 1 defense this week. I can feel it in my bones, guys. They are going to beat up this Jets team. There's no Breece Hall this time. It's just Zach Wilson. We getting ready to eat, guys. New England, let's get it done. Up next, we're talking about another defense coming off the bye week. I love defenses coming off the bye week, right? And I think the Baltimore Ravens going up to Carolina Panthers are a great smash play here, guys. They are number 8 on the season, guys, just a little bit over 50% rostered. But the Carolina Panthers are a sweet spot, right? I mean, the Carolina Panthers, they like to smash mouth football with Deontay Foreman, but they can only do that if they get ahead. If they don't get ahead, they've got to rely on PJ Walker. And I don't think they're going to be ahead this game because Lamar Jackson is going to do his business. I expect Mark Andrews to be back out there, and I think we're going to see PJ Walker have to force the ball. Well, guess what? He's going to have to force the ball into a defense that's very good at creating turnovers. That secondary has a lot of playmakers, and I think they're going to make some plays, right? And this defensive line can create a lot of sack opportunity. They are very hungry for sacks, right? Oh, wait, coming around the side, man, the Penn State alumni, he is an absolute dog, guys. Raquan Smith coming in there, he is going to beef up their run support too. So Deontay Foreman might have some limited lanes, right? I think this is going to be a big time play for the Baltimore Ravens. Go ahead and throw them in your lineups, guys. I wish I could in my personal leagues because I think it's going to be a fun game to have them on your fantasy team. Up next, you got the New York Giants defense, who just had 10 fantasy points against the Houston Texans, 4 sacks, forced fumble recovery, and an interception, baby. They lit up the box score, man. They were all over the place, guys. They got it done, and now going up against the Detroit Lions team. I don't really know what to think of this Detroit Lions team anymore, man. I mean, they're not that explosive in the pass game anymore. They were able to pick apart that Chicago Bears defense to the factor of getting 30 points, but I didn't like what I saw. I mean, DeAndre Swift had some good plays. DeAndre Swift is limited with his injury stuff. You know, Jamal Williams had a goal line end zone, but I'm not loving this Detroit Lions offense anymore. And I think this Giants defense is very, very good, guys. I think they're sneaky, man. Coming off the bye week, they look really solid, guys. I think this offense is going to be good too. think Daniel Jones is going to come in against Detroit. He's going to put this Giants defense in a good, positive game script, right? And I think this secondary for the Giants is going to do a really good job at doing their best to limit Amon-Ra St. Brown. But I also think they are going to be able to rile up this run game a little bit better than the Chicago Bears did, man. There's a big difference between the Giants defense and the Bears defense. I mean, the Bears defense is stripping all their assets to tank their defense and just see what they have with Justin Fields, right? This Giants team is trying to win a freaking playoff spot and go deep into the playoffs, right? So this Giants team they are a contender. This is going to be a home game for the Giants. This is a team that is hungry for some wins. I think they are going to beat the Detroit Lions, and I think the defense is going to be a big reason for it. I expect this to be a good one right here. I would put the Giants in there into your lineups, guys, and then the next week they have the Dallas Cowboys, so you might have to shift them out of your lineup at that point. But for this week against the Lions, I think it's a good start, guys. Carry that momentum from the Texans matchup. Up next, I'm going back to a defense that I had in my rosters last week, guys. The New Orleans Saints, baby. 6 sacks against the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? With 1 forced fumble. They had 8 fantasy points. They got beat, right? They gave up 20 points. They got beat. The offense looked terrible, and they still had 8 fantasy points and still had a very good day. I mean, if the offense was able to help them out, I think this is easily a double-digit game for the New Orleans Saints, right? Now they get to go up against the worst offense in football, in my mind, right? And the best matchup for fantasy defenses on the season, the Los Angeles Rams, right? Oh, whoa, Steven, how does that get even better, right? Because they got Matt Stafford coming back more than likely, right? How does it get better? Oh, well, their only player's gone now. Cooper Kupp is gone. This is going to be a smash play for the New Orleans Saints here. This Rams team is going to be so dysfunctional without Cooper Kupp. I can't imagine watching a game of the Rams anymore this season without Cooper Kupp. I think the Saints are a good play here. I imagine that I am going to be streaming against the Rams with consistency on the rest of the season, guys. But here is where it starts, guys. I think it's a good play. And this is a home game in New Orleans. So we're talking about the Rams who are struggling, reeling without their best player, now going into New Orleans house. Oh, this is going to be a rough one, guys. Put the Saints in your lineups. I think this is going to be a good play. Next, we're talking about a defense that I like a lot coming off the bye week. They need to be rostered. That's the New York Jets, guys. They are 12% rostered right now. A lot of people dropped them over the bye week. A lot of people were not liking them as much as they were in the middle part of the season, guys. I think you need to go out and snag them, right? Coming off the bye week, they are going up against the New England Patriots, and I think the Jets offense is going to suck. I'm actively streaming against them this week, but I think the Jets defense can still shine. Last time they played the Patriots, they still had 9 fantasy points. This is a really good unit. Mac Jones on the Patriots side is not a good quarterback. This offense is not very good. It really is reliant on Ramondre Stevenson to take them the full distance, right? I think the Jets defense is going to be a good play here. And then the next week, they have the Chicago Bears, right? So I think this is another good play for them too, because while Justin Fields is so electric with his feet, right? He still has some dumb mistakes like he just did against Detroit where he threw that pick 6. That was ridiculous, right? So I think the Jets are going to be a good play, not only this week against the New England Patriots, but next week against the Chicago Bears. I really like them here. 12% rostered. Let's boost that roster percentage up, guys, because they are too good of a defense, top 10 currently, and they're about to shoot up even more. Let's get it done. Up next, talking about one of the better run defenses I have seen, right, guys? The Denver Broncos defense is a run-stopping machine, right? They just made Derrick Henry look a little silly, right? Not much success for Derrick Henry in comparison last week. Well, now they get the Las Vegas Raiders, who I think are just absolutely in a tailspin right now, losing to Jeff Saturday and the Colts. I mean, holy smokes, right? That was pretty embarrassing. But I think the Broncos here come in here. What do they do good in Las Vegas? Well, they run the ball to Josh Jacobs and they throw the ball to Devontae Adams. Well, okay, we can shut down the run game with Denver, right? They have a very good upfront D-line that is going to be able to stop up the lanes for Josh Jacobs. And then they have Patrick Surtain, the best shutdown corner in all of football right now to shut down Devontae Adams. I think that's going to leave Derek Carr to really throw it to Foster Moreau and Matt Collins, which means that is a recipe for destruction for that Raiders offense. This is in Denver. I hate the Denver offense. I hate the Denver offense with a passion, right? But this defense is very good, and I think they are going to be in for another solid performance here, guys. I think you can go ahead and play them This is a unit that is now also getting to go up against the Carolina Panthers next week as well. So this could be a 2-week streaming situation, because while this offense is so miserable to watch, this defense has continued to really be solid, and they're under 40% rostered, so I would imagine they might be available in your home leagues. Last defense I'm going to talk about here is the defense I'm getting a lot of love for recently. It's the Tennessee Titans going up against the Green Bay Packers. Just firstly, the Titans are coming off a 6-sack performance against the Broncos with the interception. They have had an interception in every single game except for week 2 against Buffalo. They are very good at creating turnovers and very good at getting sacks. One of the best in the league, guys. I love this unit. Now, getting to go up against Green Bay, right? Before this last game against the Dallas Cowboys, we would have said, oh, this is a sweet spot here. This is a fantastic opportunity. And now everybody's going to be back on their heels a little bit. They're going to be like, oh, no, A-Rod's back, right? He's throwing touchdowns. He's looking great. You know, he had a great performance against the Dallas Cowboys. I don't think so yet. Let's hold our feet a little bit. Let's wait a little bit until these Packers can prove it with consistency, right? Because the Packers had a lot of success on the ground, right? They smashed mouth football against Dallas Cowboys. This Tennessee Titans team is very good against stopping the run. I think they're going to be a lot more effective in that capacity. And I think they're just going to run into Derrick Henry every damn play against this miserable Packers run defense, which is going to put the Titans in a positive game script, right? And I think this Packers offense, too, is not as good as they looked last week. I mean, they had a couple fluky, big, deep shots to Christian Watson on the outside. I mean, hey, who knows? Maybe that's going to happen with consistency now. But I would say statistically, let's keep betting against the average, which has been this Packers offense hasn't been very good. Throw the Titans back up into your lineups, guys. They've been very good. I would continue to hold them. Maybe you won't have a 13-point fantasy performance like you did against the Broncos, but I think you're still going to have a good one here. They're a very good unit. They get their job done. Very well coached up. I expect a good performance from you guys. And with that said, guys, this has been the must-start defenses for your fantasy football teams going into Week 11, guys. Make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Join the best community in all of fantasy football, and we truly do appreciate it if you hit that like button. It truly means a ton to the channel. But most importantly, like I said before, get in those comments. Let us know what your current situation is at defense, kicker, quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, so we can help you out ahead of Sunday, guys. But with that said, this has been the must-start defenses, and you saw it here first at the catch.